Hey there, I'm CEC the Ronin. I got nothing to my name but a dark coat and a camera. Well, we've come to part 2 of my personal torment as I have to sit through yet another High School Musical movie. Perhaps you remember my utter disdain of the first insipid, cliche-ridden High School Musical movie, as it completely destroyed every single bit of dignity that musical theater ever had. For reasons that will forever escape me, although I think they were using subliminal messages, it was insanely popular, and since the Disney Channel worships the golden throne of franchises, they came out with a sequel, both to make some extra money and to piss me off. Is it worse than the first one, or is this franchise actually improving? You won't have to wonder for much longer, because we're about to find out together. Now, as you all remember, the plot of the first movie was two not-theater kids auditioning for a musical. That's a pretty weak premise on its own, but it does set itself up for a franchise. So obviously this one's about rehearsing for the musical, or maybe even performing it, or perhaps they... What time is it? Summertime. It's our vacation. Right. Disney sequels. So our movie begins with the craptastic number about summer break, What Time Is It? Which begins with Chad kissing Miss Darbus? Way to push the envelope on acceptable school standards, I guess. The classmates parade throughout the school, apparently going through every single room before leaving, which just begs the question of where the hall monitors are while this chaos is ensuing. Did they just bolt when the bell rang? No more waking up at 6 a.m. Now there's something I can back you guys on. Although back in the day, I used to get up at 5:30. Pansies. What is that? No, seriously, what kind of deformed choreography is that supposed to be? Was it not enough to just do the wave with your hands? You had to throw your whole body into it? Oh, whatever. The song's about to end. Yeah! What? The bell hasn't even rung yet? Where were the teachers when you guys were running out of class early and rampaging all over the school? You guys deserve to get fucking fired. So, school's out and summer's on, but it's gonna be way different than before since the kids need to find jobs, as they're that age. Any normal movie would use this as a really good source of conflict, but this movie resolves it rather quickly and replaces it with a much stupider conflict. Of course, the whole thing revolves around our returning heroes, Troy, Gabriella, Chad, Taylor, and Kelsey. Yay! Oh yeah, and the black kids are an item now, despite having nothing in common. Go figure. Uh-oh. Theirs isn't the only relationship that's blossoming, however. Troy and Gabriella are together as well, as evidenced by Troy giving her a necklace. Do people go steady like that anymore?
T is in Troy?
No, T is in Tom Selleck. What the fuck do you think? And speaking of the strange, guess who's back for round 2? That's right, Ryan and Sharpay, the siblings of ultimate suffering. Wanna guess who's the one suffering?
Cheer up, Shar. It's summer. We can do whatever we want to.
Hey, Ryan, you think you got enough pink with that outfit? Jeez, I don't know if this movie's trying to say that all theater people are gay or that all gay people wear pink, but I think some heads need to roll.
Troy, Sharpay. Sharpay, Troy.
Char.
It just makes sense.
Evidently not to Troy.
Wait, didn't Sharpay kind of get over Troy in the last movie? I mean, that was that whole thing at the end. Troy and Gabriella beat her out, Sharpay came to accept it, and she even started acting friendly to Gabriella.
Sharpay, we got off to a rough start, but you really came through. I mean, you helped me with the winter musical. I did? Those vocal exercises? Boo! 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 Ma! See ya.
No. You're not seriously taking everything back to square one.
And should I? We be so fortunate as to win the Star Dazzle Award again.
Holy shit, you are! It's not enough that you can't even give the musical theater portion the attention it deserves, but you can't even give us a worthy sequel? I mean, granted, there's not much of worth in this series to begin with, but you could do better than copy-pasting the script of the first movie. To put it in words even you can understand, suck it long and suck it hard.
That's beautiful. Do you kiss your mother with that mouth?
No, but I did something to your mother with this mouth.
So after the school band plays them all off, because, you know, pop songs are in the band class's curriculum and they've obviously rehearsed this, Troy and his basketball crew congregate at his house, unsuccessful in their job hunt. Suddenly, Troy gets a mysterious and fateful call.
Art, talk to me.
This is Thomas Fulton, General Manager of Lava Springs Country Club here in Albuquerque. I understand you've been looking for summer work.
That sounds fantastic, Mr. Fulton. But how'd you get my name?
we've always had a student summer work program here at Lava Springs. So, are you ready?
No, really. How did you get his name? I'm pretty sure that's on the list of questions for screening stalkers. So, after that uncomfortable childhood nightmare, we cut to the resort that hired Troy and see a pink car driving up to it. You get one guess who's in the car.
Miss Evans, Mr. Evans, looking very sharp this summer.
Why? Why would you? That's something I would say! You should never write what I would say! So we find out that Sharpay is treated like royalty at the resort, complete with her own entourage, pool boy, an executive that waits on her hand and foot named Fulton, and to hammer the whole thing home, a little Paris Hilton dog. Subtlety? What's that?
What could be more fabulous?
A decent antagonist?
It's out with the old and in with the new.
Oh, Jesus, this is gonna suck.
I want fabulous, that is my simple request.
This is our standard Disney I Want song, which is simply called Fabulous. As you can clearly tell, it also showcases what a great and complex villainess Sharpay is. One for the ages, folks. Joining Angela Petrelli with the love of her family, Norma Desmond and her delusions of grandeur, and Madame Defarge fighting the bourgeois oppression is Sharpay and her... being spoiled.
I want more.
Though I've got to admit, as much as the song blows, there is one really funny part in it.
Fetch me my Jimmy Choo flip-flops.
That is priceless. The sheer look of bitch no on his face is just great. Good show, sir. However, Sharpay gets a nasty shock as she sees that Troy brought along his friends to... Wait, what the... Is Kelsey wearing pajamas? What, did she have to catch the 4 a.m. flight out here? I mean, what?
I told you to hire Troy Bolton, not the entire East High student body.
You told me to hire Troy Bolton. Whatever it takes.
Hold on. Wait. You seriously bent over backwards to that condition? Dude, you could have just told him that there weren't that many positions open at the time. In fact, I don't think there would be that many positions, period. What, do you fire your staff after each summer is done? Like, who runs this place?
I did discuss the matter with the Lava Springs board, of course.
The board, you mean our...
Really? Yes, out of all the contrived coincidences, Ryan and Sharpay's parents are on the board for the resort. Good lord, I don't even want to know what kind of prissy pain in the ass their mother is.
They'll steal my talent show.
And what fresh talent you'll have for your summer show.
How did Sharpay even come out of that person?
Tell Pumpkin if she worries too much, she'll get frown lines.
Oh, namaste!
Wait, did she just say namaste?
Namaste!
You know that means I bow to you, right? It's not exactly a biting retort unless you were going for the foreign flair.
Namaste!
Yeah? Well, yo comio un lapis. Huh? Je suis. So, after failing at vocabulary for life, Sharpay gives Fulton her big order. Make the kids so miserable that they'll want to quit. Pretty sure that violates some sort of contract or another, but let's roll with it.
It would seem your lunch break does not start for 3.5 minutes. I do hope no members drowned in your absence. Henceforth, do clock in and out on time. 3 infractions of any kind, and your employment is terminated.
Way to go, Disney Channel. You're actually scaring your audience away from ever trying to find employment. Truly, this franchise is a benchmark for a generation. So while Chad is thinking of ditching... Oh no, god damn it, no! We just got out of one crappy song, don't force us into another. Oh, perfect. So now we've got a song where the gang needs to figure out how to work it all out. Conveniently titled, Work It Out. Astounding.
What have you gotten us into?
Oh, I don't know. How about your own money and the start of a resume? So the song plays out for a few excruciating minutes, punctuated by some cool stomp action, but it's all undercut by the fact that these guys would have so been fired from any real job if they pulled this crap.
So can we work this out? Yeah, we can work it out.
Yeah!
So everyone buckles down as they... Wait, what? What? Huh? Golf course? What? Okay, that was a bit of an awkward transition. Why is there a golf course there?
Hey.
Is this a commercial now?
Hey, have you ever been on a golf course?
We're employees, Troy, not members, and I don't play golf.
Who said anything about golf?
Are you serious? The only reason that shot existed was to establish that there was a golf course just so we could have a scene on a golf course? That is the laziest editing I've ever seen. Okay, granted, I probably would have still complained if it wasn't there, just having them spontaneously mention a golf course for a scene, but good lord, that's just terrible. The editor, scriptwriter, and director should all be fired, blacklisted, and then shot. Alright, everyone, listen up. What I'm about to say is one of the most painful things in my life. I've had nausea followed by dry heaves, a cracked sternum, and a sprained ankle, but none of them have hurt more than what I'm about to say next. This scene where they're having lunch on the golf course is actually good. I'm serious, it's a well-written scene about how Troy is insecure about college and the life beyond graduation. It's a legitimate piece of character development, and neither one of the characters annoy me. Honestly, it's worth checking out sometime, seeing as it's probably the best part of the movie. Of course, they have to break it up by the unnecessary inclusion of Troy's ass. Thanks.
First, a break time infraction. Now frolicking on the golf course. We are not off to an auspicious start, are we, Miss Montez?
Wait, they mark you down just for having a picnic on the golf course? Maybe that's why my family never went posh. However, as they continue working, they also have the upcoming talent show to think about, in which they hope to beat out Sharpay. Again.
Big time out on that one. My singing career began and ended with the East High Winter Musical.
Do we seriously have to convince Troy to sing again? Granted, I can't imagine being directed by Miss Darbus was anything fun, but... seriously? Luckily, Kelsey happens to have a song just for the occasion.
You know the words once upon a time.
Kelsey, no. Why is your voice auto-tuned? No.
When you dream, there's a chance you'll find.
Never mind. They're all doing it. Whatever, it's still annoying. So they all go into this big group song entitled You Are the Music in Me. I really don't want to get into it too much because there's nothing to it. It's incredibly forgettable and completely pointless. The only reason it exists is because of some contrived gripe Troy has with singing, which he got over in the last movie. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's the only reason that exists, is because they wanted to put in this song. It's a vanity number, pure and simple. A vanity number for the songwriters.
Maybe we can work this out, but only if we're all in this together.
Now that we're done with that mess, we find Fulton contracting the boys to caddy for someone very special.
By who? Dude, who cares? For 40 bucks? I caddy for Godzilla.
Close. Very close.
Oh! Blondie got dissed by her butler. Oh, that's priceless. So they come to the golf course and they all wait for Sharpay's dad to arrive. Why?
What a season you boys had.
Oh, Troy played for the golf team too, Daddy.
Since when? Okay, so apparently Troy's a star golfer. Nice of this movie to tell us, since the last movie didn't think it was important enough. Oh wait, that's right. It isn't! So after a long and completely pointless golf scene, Troy sits down with Sharpay's family and other influential people as Sharpay tries to curry favor with him and get him to go for her instead of Gabriella.
You know, we've got a heck of a basketball program over at U of A, and an excellent scholarship program as well.
Scholarship?
Yeah, you know, between the two of us here, we,
Everybody tells me so. Can't buy me love. No. Thank you very much for the food and the golf and everything. It was amazing.
But you will sing some other time, though. With me. Promise?
Judging from the music, Troy just realized what kind of psychos he's eating with. But he agrees, and then Fulton kidnaps him and brings him to Sharpay's stage. The reason? Sharpay has a little number she wants to show off.
A long time ago, in a land far away, lived the pineapple princess Tiki.
Well, give this movie credit. Movies don't offend Hawaiians nearly as much as other groups. No. 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 Nine. Nunca. E. Sin. Nix. Hakuna. Ie. I should probably mention that this number was cut from the original airing. That's right. The Disney Channel thought that this was below its standards. Let that sink in for a moment. So, Troy gets away from that uncomfortable scene and then goes to meet Gabriella for a date at the pool. God, this is way too schmaltzy. I half expect them to pull Final Fantasy X and start making out underwater. Hell, Zephron wouldn't have to go far to play Titus, he's already halfway there. He just needs to angst a lot more and give a more competent love interest control of the story. No. Never in a million years. So, after their pool date earns Gabriella another bad mark, good lord, what kind of Nazis run this place? Probably the same ones that run most condos. Troy talks to his dad about the conflicts with the scholarship and everything else. His dad then proceeds to fuck him over.
Team is now, and it's good, but everybody's got their own future. When you graduate, lots of people are going to be chasing the same opportunities. There's nothing wrong with keeping your eye on the prize.
That's right. Tell your son to abandon his friends for opportunities. That's the spirit. So Sharpay's dad starts giving Troy more favors and privileges, such as being Sharpay's highly paid personal golf coach, playing with a famous basketball team, and...
I knew it! Coral blue!
Holy hell, this woman's a fucking creeper! Call the cops!
It's perfect for your skin tone. And mine too!
Ah.
We are majorly skin tone compatible, Troy. We are majorly skin tone compatible, Troy.
Oh god. Oh god, it's outside! It's outside! There's too much awkward! Oh god! And as a result, Troy starts changing for the worse, ditching his friends, missing dates with Gabriella, and treating them like servants in mixed company. Ouch.
I'm sorry. Come on, Zeke, that was so yesterday. You know, when we were all on a team. Hey, man.
Well, I guess this Wildcat's straight from the pack. Yeah! Yeah! But it looks like they're not the only ones feeling snubbed. Ryan's also feeling a bit left out as Sharpay ditches their number to sing with Troy in the talent show.
Oh, don't worry. I'll find a song for you somewhere in the show. Or the next show.
Don't strain yourself, Slick.
So, as they all find themselves one person short in their lives, Gabriella and Taylor invite Ryan out to the staff baseball game. The group actually takes to him pretty well, and they come up with a plan to save their entry for the talent show.
We don't know how to put together a show.
No, but he does. If we have a real director putting it together, it could be great.
Oh, so, Ryan's a director now. I wish we'd known that before, because as it stands, this just came right out of, well, the film's ass.
If you want to play ball, then grab a mitt. But I don't dance.
You don't think dancing takes some game?
Did Ryan just challenge Chad to get served? I think I'm growing respect for him. Scary. Make it stop.
I'll show you that it's one and the same. Baseball, dancing, same game.
Thanks, movie. Respect gone. So, yeah, this little musical number starts out, and if you thought the auto-tuned voices in the last song were annoying, then I Don't Dance dares to raise the bar.
I don't dance. I know you can. Not a chance. No. If I can do this, well, you can do that. But
as this song goes on forever, I have to wonder, no, Ryan, you are not Michael Jackson, stop that. Anyway, I have to wonder, why are they imitating NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys? Why do they think we miss those bands? And while we're on the subject of annoying musical numbers...
You are the music in me. Yeah.
Wow. That boy will never want to sing again. But not all rehearsals are going as badly. Troy spies on the crew members he ditched as Sharpay comes to spy on them as well. Like any sane man, Troy hides from her, and once again, Sharpay flaunts her amazing detective skills. He's right there, you blind cow!
Do you want us to lose the Star Dazzle Award to a bunch of dishwashers?
Us? Well, I guess that's showbiz.
When did you become one of them?
You know, I'll take that as a compliment.
He's not your brother anymore, Anna!
Give me a beat.
I have no words. So in the bitch move to end all bitch moves, Sharpay has Fulton pull all employees out of the show to have them working that night, which means the Wildcats can't perform. Gabriella finds out about this and decides to bring it up with the Wicked Witch herself.
I'm not interested in what you think you're doing for Troy. That's between you and him. But you're messing with my friends, my summer, and that's not okay with me.
God, even when Gab's calling someone out, she's a complete washout. Tell that bitch off. Say that Daddy never loved her. Challenge her to a dance-off. Anything so long as you do something.
I'm done here.
What do you mean you're done here? I mean, you can't quit.
Us working together sounded good, but plans change and people change.
No, I was only doing that because I'm working on the scholarship thing. You know that.
But if along the way you act like someone you're not, pretty soon that's who you become.
I gotta say what's on my mind.
Here it is, folks, the moment you've been waiting for. Gabriella's sad song over Troy. Haven't seen that before in the franchise, have we?
It's so hard to say, but I gotta do what's best for me. You'll be okay.
Wow, I think she just called Troy out way better than she did Sharpay. Anyway, Troy follows, this becomes a duet, and Gabriella becomes her own backup. Okay.
Just don't belong here. I hope you understand.
Okay, I'm seeing a big problem with the songs here. It's really clear that they were written for CD or radio, but it's just weird when we see an overlay of singing where the singers aren't actually singing. You would never get away with that on stage, having the music and songs dubbed over like that, even in high school. There's no reason you couldn't have a chorus on that part or something like that. Long story short, there's a reason why radio pop doesn't lend itself well to musicals. So now it's Troy's turn to find out about Sharpay's trick, and while he doesn't confront her immediately like Gabriella did, his reaction...
Everybody's always talking at me. Everybody's trying to get in my head. I wanna listen to my own heart talking. I need to count on myself instead. Lose
Holy crap. The entire cast of Young Frankenstein couldn't outact this kid. Seriously, look at him go.
I'll give it all I got, that is my plan. Will I find what I lost? You know you can't bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it. I wanna make it right, that is the way to turn my life around today.
What director seriously thought this was a good idea? Did Bruce Dickinson come onto the set and say, "Hey, I'm feeling your scene, but I gotta have more power walking. More. Swing the golf club. Make like Simba and look into the pool. Now give me more power walking. Come on, I gotta have more power walking."
Bet on me.
Mr. Efron, there's a headmaster's position at Hogwarts with your name on it. Bet on it. So Troy drops Sharpay like a blonde smoking habit and makes up with his friends on the night of the talent show. He even gets to bond with Ryan, who, out of love for his sister, convinces Troy to perform with Sharpay just once, but says that she's changed the song. So really, this isn't so much heartwarming as much as it is a complete backstab. I want my awe back.
But what was the first thing you said to me when I started working here? We're
all in this together.
Son of a bitch. And so, with the hushed reverie from the audience, the one in the movie that is, the real audience could give a shit, their number begins. Is the cloud backdrop really necessary? There's such a thing as schmaltz overkill, you know.
Because this moment's real.
And hey, Gabriella happens to show up in the nick of time. Who didn't see that coming? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, how do these kids get here every day? The first shot showed that they're in the middle of a desert that Ryan and Sharpay had to drive miles across. I don't think any of them have their cars yet, and I doubt that their parents, who have their own jobs, thanks, would be willing to drive them all out to the middle of ass-crack nowhere. Does the Greyhound seriously come out this far?
Gonna run while we're young and keep the faith.
Ow. I didn't notice it until now, but the lyrics sound like rejections from bad Christian rock albums. And by the way, this crowd is surprisingly compliant, seeing as their main attraction just got upstaged. I don't know, if I was promised the Chili Peppers and got Beyonce, I'd be pretty pissed.
Every day of our lives, wanna find you there.
Well, I guess this is what has to pass for an ensemble piece in the end. It's not as bad as some of the other songs we've heard, but really, that's like comparing strands of malaria. Whatever. The song ends and— Whoa! Did you just see that? Troy just copped a feel on Kelsey. Dude, your girlfriend is right there, asshole!
The Star Dazzle for this year goes to, of course, our one and only...
My brother, Ryan Evans.
Hooray! The Tin Woman grew a heart. And now that the Scarecrow's finally grown a brain, we just have to wait for the Cowardly Lion to develop her nads. Don't hold your breath, folks. And so, our movie ends. But it wouldn't be a High School Musical movie if we didn't have an annoying cast number at the end, now would it?
The summer that we wanted, yeah, we finally got it.
Here we are, folks. One big closing number called All for One. Because, you know, that doesn't sound anything like the last movie's closing number, now does it?
Everybody all for one, a real summer has just begun.
Could you get more uninspired? And look, they're all conservatively dressed as per Disney Channel standards, when in reality, any real New Mexico native would have been smart enough to get down to their trunks and bikinis to avoid boiling in the heat. Or is that just the Arizona desert? I don't know. So they have their little number, everyone's happy, Miley Cyrus makes a cameo, thus making me want to destroy this movie even more, and finally... we're done. And that is a beautiful mercy. This movie makes the first one look like a winner of the Cannes Film Festival, pretty much regurgitating the same plot. The writing is lazy, there are far too many conflicts and plot lines to cram into such a short time, and everything that was wrong with the first movie rears its ugly head tenfold. Are there good parts in it? Yeah, a few, but they're just so overshadowed by everything else that's rotten. And to top it all off, the songs are actually worse than the ones in the first movie. That one had tunes that would manage to burrow into your head, but these are just completely forgettable. Although frankly, I don't know why I'm complaining about that. And on top of that, the title's a lie too, because they're not in high school at the time, and there's no musical. Unless, of course, the creators consider this to be the equivalent of a High School Musical. In that case, they should also consider a steel-toed boot their own permanent suppository. I'm Keck the Ronin. I got nothing to my name but a dark coat and the dire urge to power walk my frustrations away. Drama!
I'm not gonna stop, that's who I am. I'll give it all I got, that is my plan. Will I find what I lost? You know you can bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it. I wanna make it right, that is the way to turn my life around. Today is the day. Am I the type of guy who means what I say? Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it. How will I know if there's a path worth taking? Should I question every move I make? With all I've lost, my heart is breaking. I don't wanna make the same mistake. Don't you ever doubt your dream will ever come true? Don't you ever blame the world but never blame you? I will never try to live a lie again. I don't wanna win this game if I can't play.